All right, so now here, connected to the hose and then the line there. This is a this is the 150, the 6-inch model. It's an ETS 150/5. I got, bigger is better, so I got the 5 millimeter orbit instead of instead of the 3. It really is good at removing rough stuff. Now you see here I've got this is my little aid for lining up all the dust holes. It's I've used two 5 millimeter dowels, and they just plug in there and they'll stand upright, and then you can put a hole there. Yeah. Now, this is used, obviously. You can see how chewed up the sides are. It's what happens when you run into things with your sander. But anyway, I pulled the plugs out, or the pins out, and now this is a piece of 80 grit used. I've been working on some cherry here in the shop. Now watch this. This is a piece here of rough cut. You can see here it's run through the actually that side's run through the table sawzall. It hasn't run through the jointer yet, but this here is unfinished. I mean, it's it's rough, and so we're going to take this piece of 80 grit sandpaper that's on here, and this is like, we should call our shop, instead of woodworking in the dark, we're going to start calling it woodworking in a phone booth because it's so tight in here. But up here on the front of your sander, you've got a little speed, you dial it down to, it doesn't go as fast as the little guy, the 125, but this is not designed to be a finish sander either. And then there's your switch, and this is the button to lock it on with, of course, and then here's your plug. You know what? I used these tools for so long and never knew till one day I made a mistake, and these come apart. Now, if you're real sharp, you'll see I've got the one for my TS75 track saw. It just plugs in right like that. Now, when you plug it in, if you give it a little, not even an eighth of a twist, now you can hold onto it by the no, don't do that. It's just to show you how it's really in there. Now watch, when I hit the trigger, this is, I've got it into the vacuum, and see, it starts. Now here's this piece of rough cut cherry. All I'm going to do is set my it's about the same size as the sander, so here we go. I'm not going to take this all the way up through so you can watch it. I've actually got up to 400 grit around the shop here. You can go ahead and buy stuff up into the thousands if you want, but take a look at that. Now this is, now that was real time. We didn't edit any of the time out or anything like that, but you can see there's just this short little area I was moving back and forth in. Just in that short a time, look what it did to the wood. See, there's what it was, there's what it is, and you know, I could toss a piece of, I mean, that's not even new, that was used, so you toss a piece of 120 and you could step it on up through if you wanted to. But really neat tools, and I don't know if you noticed it or not, but I'm not wearing a mask. Normally I do because I've got terrible sinuses, but I mean, I didn't have to brush this joker off. And can you see how nice that? Zoom in on that and show them how clean that brought it up. That's just in what, 30 seconds maybe of, you know, I talk a whole lot longer than it takes to get it done. So there you have it. That's a Festool ETS 150 and the CT36 combination. And boy, I mean, when you do a job like that, I'm making a seat to a rocking chair here. I was using my sander to flatten out, dig some of this out. I used a grinder earlier, and I taken all the rough spots out with that sander. That's beautiful. It's a big old flat thing, and you know, if you're doing a table, man, it takes it down in no time. It really is a toy. So, and a good one. But there you have it. That's those two and how they work. And it does the same thing. You can plug the saw into the back of it, and it is really neat. I built some cabinets earlier with cherry plywood, and you take and run the track saw down it, and man, you do it without it. It tosses a lot of sawdust everywhere, and you plug it in there, and boy, you don't, you know, you can take the track off and stand it up, and it doesn't go all over your shoes. It's a really neat setup. So give them a try. That of course, I buy my power tools at Woodcraft in Raleigh, but you can buy these online, FestoolUSA.com. Don't just type in Festool, you'll get lost. But anyway, see what you think, and you pick one up. You can always write to us on Woodworking in the Dark. We have a email link there on the first page. Give us a shout and tell us what you think of it.